Hello all, this is Halloween, and if you love Halloween as much as I do, you may want to hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be showing you how to create some really awesome costumes without breaking the bank. Today we're going to be creating a very easy, very inexpensive costume that's always a classic, the Bride of Frankenstein. Let's get started. You want to talk about an easy costume? Prepare to be amazed. All you're going to need: a white long sleeve shirt. Any white long sleeve shirt. Choose a lighter material because you will be draped on. I got this one at the thrift store for $4.98. This is just a king-sized white sheet that I also got at the thrift store, and it was $3.98. I have some white thread, I have some white ribbon, and I have some medical tape. There's my crazy wig, which I already had, so I didn't pay anything for that. And my everyday, my boots aren't going to show anyway, boots that I wear for just any costume that needs a shoe, and the shoes aren't going to show. So that's them. That's the entire costume. So let's get started. So you want to lay out your white sheet flat, or as flat as you can. We're going to be cutting a head hole right in the middle. And I can tell where the middle is because it's where it was folded. And there's the same amount on either side. So I'm going to cut a head hole, and from there I'm going to show you some progress shots of the rest of what I do. I am not going to be hemming the perimeter because I think it'll look really cool with just the natural, jagged edges, or, even just a ragged cut cloth. We're talking about a mad scientist that built a woman for his man, so he didn't know anything about fashion. He just put a ripped duds on her. So that's what we're doing. So we're ready for makeup. We are doing the Bride of Frankenstein. Obviously very pale white. I may mix in a little bit of gray. I have done the Bride of Frankenstein before on a couple of different occasions. One time I did half my face the Bride of Frankenstein and half Frankenstein. It's just a cute little face idea if you don't want to get into the whole costume. I did have a dress that had images of both of them on it that year. I even did one side of my hair like crazy and slicked back the other side. So that was kind of cool. And I've done the full costume, which I actually created again because I had gotten rid of that costume. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Again, didn't think I'd be doing this. So first thing I'm gonna do, get my face white. And I have my Ben Nye in Cloud White. I'm definitely gonna have my gray Ben Nye Aqua and gray. And I will put down in the description everything that I've used, so that way you'll know what to get. And you can use Mayron or Ben Nye interchangeably. I've always used the Ben Nye products. I have my final seal as well. That's for after the fact. I don't use this unless I'm going out, but I just want to share with you. Obviously, if you're doing a costume, you're probably going somewhere, you're going to want to get final seal. I would suggest getting a big bottle. It'll last you for a few years if you're using it sparingly. If you're a cosplayer and you do costumes all the time, it may not last as long, but it just seals on the makeup so that you're not getting makeup everywhere. Now this makeup does not rub off or melt off like a cream, but it comes off in the kind of like a powder, you know, so it will come off as powder prints everywhere. Time to white our face. Now the white, I recently ordered 3 of these. They do make it in a larger container as well, which is $15, but they didn't have those available when I ordered. So I ordered 3 because white is a color that if you do a lot of costumes, you're gonna be using a lot of white. So I always order them, you know, several at a time. And then if you do order several, like on eBay, they give you a little deal, like a couple bucks off if you order like 2 or 3. So that's kind of cool. Also, before I started whitening my face, used the Elmer's glue, and I glued my eyebrows down. If you noticed that my eyebrows looked a little crazy, that's why. This is such an easy costume, and obviously you have, if you're going as a pair, Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein, it's a no-brainer. It's always easy. It's always loved because people love Frankenstein. They love the Bride of Frankenstein. It's just a classic. So anywhere you go, people are gonna know who you are and what you're trying to do. There's no mystery involved. It's just a classic monster costume. We love that. And it's pretty. And you can make her sexy, you know, make her get a shorter dress and maybe wrap it in gauze or something like that. You can make her more sexy if you're into the sexy costumes. I don't really do sexy. It's just not my thing. I've never really been sexy. And I just, personally, I like a more true to life character. More realistic, I guess. Now that I've whitened my face, and I went all the way down to my neck because my neck will show. And I'm gonna be whitening my hands too, or after I put my costume on, most likely, because you don't want to get it all over. Well, it's a white costume anyway, but it probably won't show. I've got the gray. I'm gonna do some accenting around my face. So this is gonna be very similar to the Lizzie Borden costume that we did as far as makeup goes up to this point, because I want to put some gray in there. I don't want to just look stark white. I think always adding some gray is for good measure. You know, you want to highlight your attributes. So I've got some going on with my cheeks there, and I wanted to do this while the white was still a little wet, because if you don't, you see it's happening right here. The white got a little too dry, so I'm just gonna use the white to blend it a little bit better. As per my usual order of operations, let's just start with our eyebrows. My pencils are really being ignoramuses today. They're not sharpening like I want to, and it's kind of making me upset a little bit. They're just breaking every time I sharpen. I can try here. I have pictures of the Bride of Frankenstein from the original black and white, and her eyebrows go up like a Vulcan. I think I say that right. Remember my fairy video where we did the eyebrows sort of going up? That's what we're doing today. I'm just gonna have the eyebrows kind of going up. And I may have to do it with my liquid liner just because my pencils just aren't cooperating. The trusty liquid liner. If you have a pencil and it's working, great. Use it. This is not typically what I like to do. Anytime I'm doing brows, I always use a pencil. But it's nice and dark nonetheless. Probably gonna do a cat eye. I'm going to do lashes, just because, just to add a little drama. So like that. And I'm just gonna shape it. Since I'm doing the liquid, it's taking a little longer here, but it'll look really good. That's what we're going for. Just a wicked eyebrow that's going straight up. Since it's taking me a little longer, I just did it off camera, but it's real easy to do with a pencil. A lot easier than doing it with a liquid liner probably. But if you can do it with a liquid liner and you want to, it does work really well. It just takes a little bit longer just to get it just right, but it will stay very well. And this is the same thing we're going to be using for the little bit of a cat eye we're going to have, and that's the Maybelline Waterproof Ultra Liner, the liquid liner. This stuff stays on. You can put your face up in a hurricane and it'll probably won't budge. So that's the only reason I keep buying it, even though sometimes it's shoddy and watery. So, but anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the other one. Got my eyebrows done. Now I'm just gonna do a little bit of a cat eye. I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy with it. And I'm gonna do my eyelashes after that. It's a pretty easy makeup. We're gonna do some stitches right along the lining of our jawline. This is a nice, easy one. If you're going to a party, you need something quick idea. For Frankenstein, that's easy too. He just wears a black suit, paint him green, you know, which Ben Nye does carry a Frankenstein green, and it's perfect for Frankenstein. It's not real green, like super green, like the emerald green. It's perfect for Frankenstein. Getting my cat eye on. It did end up being a little crazier than I originally had planned, but that's how it is when I do cat eye. It's never the same, and it's never perfect, really, or exactly how I want it. It's just however it turns out. Just wanted some eye drama. All right, one eye is done. I want to do the other eye. That's about right. I'm just gonna match that right up. Also, I wanted to mention, you might ask yourself, why did I use a king size sheet instead of just buying some material for this costume? And the reason why I do that, or I go to thrift stores to find materials and things like that, is because it's cheaper than buying material. If you were to buy, you know, 2-3 yards of material to make this costume, it might cost you 15, 16, 20 bucks. And this king size sheet, it was very clean. It even still smelled like bleach from whoever had it before. And it cost me $3.98. So this is the whole reason I'm doing this channel, is for costumes like this, where, you know, people go out, they think they need to spend, you know, $50, $60, $70 on a costume. You can make something legit. And this whole costume, because I had some of the items already, I had the boots, I had the wig, I had the makeup. I mean, it cost me like 10 bucks to do this costume. So, and even if you were to go out and buy the makeup and the wig and the shoes, it would cost less than 30. So, pretty cool. Eyes are done, and they look awesome. So we're gonna add some mascara. I'm gonna use, I think, a little bit of blush too, just to kind of, just like I would, it's gonna be a dark black, or black in color, just to highlight my cheekbones a little bit. This is in preparation for our false lashes. I'm really excited because my daddy is going to make a bar in the closet of, well, I have a huge closet in my garage, and he's gonna put a bar in there for my Halloween costumes, because I don't know if you see the mess over here, but my costumes are getting out of control. I actually had to move them out of my Halloween room because they weren't fitting anymore. Like, I couldn't even, I wouldn't be able to put a paper clip in between my clothes, so I had to move them out. They're taking up so much space. And I have a huge closet in there, so he's gonna add a bar in there, and I'm going to be able to hang my costumes in there. So that's really exciting. Whoops, I got excited and messed up. Oh man, dang. I'll just go over it with the white. It'll be fine. Look at that. Unbelievable. I was on a roll too. And a little more wetness. Fixed it. No problem. So yeah, that'll be really awesome. But for the time being, they're just kind of laid out on my little futon here. Hopefully he can get that done soon. But he's also doing renovation in my bathroom. So I'm keeping him busy. I've always been a pain in the butt for him. He's probably like, oh my goodness, when does it end? But anyway, so I think the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and do my stitches on my bottom jawline. And I'm gonna just do that with the liquid liner that I've been using for my brows and my my cat eyes. For this, you can use pencil. You could probably even use an acrylic paint if you wanted to. I have done that for costumes before. Just trying to do a straight line. And I don't do straight lines well. I guess it's not necessarily straight, it's kind of curvy. Because my jaw is curved. So I just drew a line right on my jawline. Now make stitches. This stuff will work well. It'll stay on for you all night or whatever you're doing. I have a love-hate relationship with this stuff. Finally got a pencil to sharpen a little bit, so I'm gonna line my waterline with a black pencil. I'm already looking like her. Ow! I got the wood part. I'm telling you, these pencils are giving me a hard time today. So I did add a little gray up top here with my aqua, my gray aqua, midnight. I just went do 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 do. I put on my eyelashes. I added a little bit of, just a tiny bit of this this darker, it's like a midnight navy sort of color in this Vegan Beauty Kat Von D palette that I have. You can use any, you know, just a dark color. I just added a little bit just to accent on my cheeks. Now I'm gonna line my lips with black pencil and fill in with a bright red lipstick. So that's pretty much, that'll be it. And then we get ready and take pictures. I have a black, just a regular pencil here that I'm doing the lines with. I'm going just outside of my natural lip line, as I usually always do. And I'm just gonna line, and then I'm going to fill in with the red. Easy peasy. These pencils really aren't not being my best friends today. Like, they are just not wanting to sharpen or anything. So now I'm gonna take my red, just a red lipstick. This is Maybelline Ruby something. Ruby for me. I'm just gonna fill in with the ruby. And this just really makes her female and stand out. She had red lips anyway, and that's it. We're ready for our close-ups. I will be taking my medical tape and I'm going to wrap my arms. I'm gonna wrap over the long sleeve white shirt with the medical tape. Makeup's done, arms are wrapped, hands are white, and it's time for photos. thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved today's costume. It's a super easy costume that you can do for very cheap. You know, there's not a lot involved, just makeup and a white sheet, long sleeve white shirt, little medical tape. That'll fix you right up. For some reason, every time I put this costume on, the Monster Mash comes into my head. So maybe that's just me, but I hope you have fun with it. If you loved this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time.